Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome once again to the free Shiksha IELTS online classes. So, these classes, which we have started in the month of August now, these will happen from 6:30 to 7:30. Okay, so this is the change in the timings. There is no particular other change. So if you want to follow the calendar and if you want to know more details about what all classes are we going to have in the month of August regarding IELTS exam, then definitely you should click on the registration link which has been given in the blue highlighted color in the description below of this video. Okay, so these all videos can be rewatched again, and these will be uploaded on our YouTube channel with the same name. Okay, so we have the YouTube channel, guys, with the same name. You already know and are aware about it, but just a small reminder: the YouTube channel name is Shiksha Study Abroad. Okay, and we are going to have these bi-weekly classes again on the same day, Tuesday and Thursday, but the timings have changed and they have become from 5 to 6 p.m. Now it's 6:30 to 7:30, 1 hour class, and it will be having bi-weekly. Okay, now without any further delay, let me just quickly tell you about the registration. As you already know that you can watch all the sessions which are going on in the month of August. You can rewatch them, but I always advise my candidates and students to watch me live and to attend these sessions live, so that if you have any doubts or queries in the end of the session, you can ask them in the comment section below. So we'll have a live doubt clearing session as well. And today we are going to focus on speaking. And let me tell you what are we going to cover up in the today's class. So previously covered, as you can see, that assessment, practice, and questions. These were taken up, from the part one. Just a second, guys. Yes. So this is the slide. Sorry. So we are going to talk about the general questions about the candidate. That means we are going to, throw some light on part one of speaking. Okay. So part one of speaking is about the candidate, and it's about the general questions which the examiner asks to the candidate just to make them feel comfortable. But yes, it is the part of the exam as well. So let's focus on the sample questions, because as it is an assessment class, so we won't be discussing everything in detail about the general questions. In fact, we will be talking about the sample question and answers. So I'll be basically showing you few questions, and then I'll be showing you the answers. That means you'll be learning today in the class how to answer in part one of speaking generally. Okay, so the topic which I have taken today for you is people you study or work with. This is the highlight or the title or heading of the today's part one question, and the questions which are linked up with it is are first question is, who do you spend most time studying or working with? Okay, and why? So this is the basic first question which we are going to take. Then we have other questions also related to it, like the second one: what kinds of things do you study, work on with other people? And then in the end we'll be also seeing the answer for, are there times when you study work better by yourself? Okay, why or why not? So let's see the answers for all these particular three questions. I'll be starting, reading the answers from the beginning. Who do you spend most time studying and working with, and why? So the answer to this particular question is, as a university student, I have a couple of classmates who are also my friends, with whom I spend a considerable amount of time studying or discussing different topics related to our studies or assignments. Okay, if I have to single out a person among them, I would say I spend most time with Jessica, who is a very close friend of mine and a very brilliant student. So, guys, now you can see in this answer that it's not very long, it's not very, short. So, this is the kind of answer which you have to provide to the examiner, because the examiner also has to evaluate you. So, definitely, he also should have some content on the basis of which he'll evaluate you. So please do not give one liners or one phrase or one sentence as an answer. You always have to club your answer in at least, including 3 to 4 sentences. This is how you can prepare uh, and give a very good approach to part one. It should be not very short and it should not be very long, because lengthy answers will be given in part three, as you know, right? Those also we'll be discussing in the further upcoming classes, where I'll be focusing mainly on part three of speaking. But today we are only going to focus on part one and then part two, most probably, if we have some time more. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how you can answer the second question as well. So second question, you can see what kinds of things do you study or work on with other people and why. So the answer is, my major is business studies, and I often find myself studying or discussing accounting, banking, technology, finance management, and computer applications, related topics or assignments with the people I study with. So if I have important assignments, which are quite frequent, we also discuss how we can approach and prepare to get a good grade. So you can see that the answer is quite diversified. The answer is not just it's not just sticking to that particular question, but it can be reflected in many other abstract, varieties as well. So the more abstract you have the ideas, and the more abstract or the more variety or variant is your answer, the more marks or bands you get. Okay, and of course vocabulary has to be in place. Vocabulary plays a very major role in IELTS and other English proficiency tests as well. So in IELTS, I always suggest the candidates to brush up their vocabulary, to enhance their word limit, and do not use common words. Use some uncommon words and use the synonyms of common words. So that will help you to enhance your vocab really well, and also it will reflect on the examiner also, right, positively. So it will give a good impression that you have a sort of good vocab behind you. Now, if I talk about the other third question, which I told you I will discuss, now the question is, are there times when you study or work better by yourself? Why or why not? Now, the answer to this can be, in various ways again. So let's see how has the candidate given it here. I think most of us would agree that group studies are better for understanding comparatively complex topics, and it also helps us sharing our ideas. However, there are, sorry, where were we? And it also helps us share our ideas. However, there are some instances, at least this is what my experience has taught me, and what we tend to do better if we study all by ourselves. For instance, if I need to write an essay, read a chapter of a book that requires utmost attention, solve a math problem, or to do some online research for a small project, I prefer working alone to being in a group of several people. I would like to share my ideas or get reviews on the work I do in such situations, but when it comes to jotting down my thoughts or thinking with rapt attention, I think working solo is sometimes the best option. So, guys, now you can see in this particular answer there are so many good words and good, phrases, phrasal verbs have been used. So, in speaking, you are allowed to be a little informal with, the examiner, so that you become comfortable while talking to them. Okay, it's really very important that you feel confident while speaking. So that will happen once you know the question well, when once you analyze and understand the question well, because then only you can give a very good response or a good approach to that particular question, right? So vocabulary plays a very major role. Be sure, and also be sure and be aware about the pronunciation which you're having in your answer. What kind of words are you using, what's your tone, what's your intonation like. So all these things I have talked about in my previous videos in the month of June, especially, where I discussed all the modules of the IELTS exam in detail. So in case you have missed those out, you were not able to attend the live sessions in the month of June, you can always get registered with us with the help of the link below, which is given in the description. All right, and also you can share it with your friends and family if you think they need the training free of cost. If they cannot pay really well to the trainer or the institution, then definitely these classes are for you, because these are free of cost. You do not have to pay anything. You just have to subscribe with us on our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. And of course, you have to, uh, register with the link. So please make use of these classes which we are having. So I have also, jotted down few other set of questions from another topic like flowers and plants. Okay, so this topic particular has been taken in consideration because flowers and plants are another kind of common topic which usually come in the IELTS exam. So let's see what are the questions and what are the answers. So the questions are, first is, do you have a favorite flower or plant? Why or why not? So we'll see what kind of answer has the candidate given. Okay. I love flowers and dahlia is my favorite flower, perhaps because of their astonishing beauty and incredible colors. This flower comes in a variety of colors, perhaps all the colors in a rainbow, and they are absolutely delightful to look at. My grandfather was an avid fan of this flower, and we had different dahlia in our garden. So you can see, guys, that how the candidate is talking about his or her favorite flower, and then they are talking about, you know, the kind of flower it is and why or why not they like it. And they then, concluded it with a line that it's also present in their garden, right? And so yeah, you can see that there are so many varieties again, and there are so many parts to presenting your question. Now it's up to you, how do you present it? You should always have a good vocabulary, you should always have the right tone and the right intonation behind your answer, as I said before also. And of course, the first thing which you should do is that you analyze and understand the question really well. Because if you're not providing the answer according to the requirement of the question, definitely your banks will be cut. So no deviating of the answers. You can see here also in this particular answer, the first question, first answer, that how particularly clubbed the answer is, and the candidate is not moving ahead, not moving away, in fact, not moving beyond what is required in the question. So this is how you present it. It should not look very short. That means very crisp and very, minor in length. And it should not be very long as well, because this is just part one. That is general questions about the candidate. And more time will be given to you in part three of speaking. Okay, so keep and save your time and energy for that. Here you can always provide the answers which would be including 3 to 4 sentences. So that's it. Now, if we talk about what kinds of flowers and plants grow near where you live, why or why not? Answer is, our country is home to millions of plants and thousands of flowers. Rose, dahlia, tulip, lotus, daisy, bellflower, sunflower, marigold, calendula, lily, camellia, and jasmine are some of the most common and beautiful flowers that could be found in and around the area where I live. Okay, so these are few of the examples which the candidate has provided, which are found near his or her home or the house where they live. Okay, then among the plants I can recall royal palm, rose apple, Indian shots, and many other decorative and flower plants in the gardens. So again, there are many examples. That means the candidate has the knowledge of flowers. Now, even if you do not have the knowledge of flowers, that's not an issue. Even if you just know few names, not these many, but just 3 or 4, or maybe 2 or 3 of them, that's not an issue. You can always revolve around the answer in some way that you do not deviate from the answer. Okay, just give 2 or 3 examples of the flowers, and then you can keep on continuing and talking about those 3 particular flowers in a little bit detail, right? So this is how you actually manipulate the answer and present it in your own form. So there is no particular right or wrong answer in speaking as well as the writing module. I always tell the students that every candidate would have a different answer, right? So yes, this is how you actually give the answer in part 1. Now if I talk about the last question, is it important to have flowers and plants in your home? Now this is again a very optional kind of question. So here you will either agree or either you will disagree, and then you will perform and present your answer in your own way, right? So the answer might look like this, and you might give an answer something like this. So the answer to this particular third question is, I am not a passionate gardener like my grandfather, but still I believe that a house with some plants and flowers looks empty. And yes, having plants, both flowers and other kinds, is an absolute necessity not only for aesthetic reasons, but also for environmental reasons, right? So you can see that the candidate is not fully agreeing with the particular question. So yes, you can have your own opinion and no marks will be cut for your own opinion, even if the answer is no. But just remember that if you're giving a negative or a no is the belief or opinion of yours, then you should have a solid reason behind it why you're saying no or why you're using the word not, right? So the negative opinion or the opinion against the question is acceptable in IELTS, and no marks will be cut for your belief or your own opinion. Always remember that. They are just looking for the English proficiency test. They are not, talking about your knowledge. They are not testing you or judging you on your knowledge or any other pointer except the English speaking skill. Okay. So guys, as I said that I will be giving you your time to ask your questions in the end. Okay. So I'll take up your questions. I can see the comment section, getting filled with the questions already. So please do not worry and please do not delete your messages. I'll take up all the questions in the end of the session. Okay. Just let me finish the slide first and then I'll take up all your queries in the end. So yes guys, this is how you actually perform in your part 1. So these few question and answers will help you to realize how you can actually answer in the part 1 of your speaking. Now if I talk about the part 2, that is cue cards. Okay, so cue cards is basically kind of a topic, a general topic on which you need to speak. The examiner will give you some time, that is around 1 minute, to prepare. You will be provided with a pen, a pencil and a paper, so you can write on your notes and keywords just to remember them while speaking. And then in the end, after 1 minute of preparation is finished, you will be provided with 2 minutes of time to speak on that particular topic. Okay, so for example, the sample question or the sample cue card which I have taken for the today's classes, describe a picture or a photograph in your family, and the pointers will always be given to you. So for example, here you should say, that means what all you should include in your cue card answer. So you should say what is in the photo, where this photo is in your home, and how this picture was taken. So these are the 3 bullet points which have been given along with your statement, question or the topic. So you have to basically describe a photograph or a picture which you remember in your family. Okay, pointers should be included in your answer. So again, remember in the cue card section also, when I was taking up cue card in detail in the month of June, so please go and rewatch that video where I talked about the pointers. That means how can you make notes in your cue cards. I described that. I also gave you so many essential and important tips that how you can improve from band 6 to band 8 and 9 in your cue card, in your speaking, whole speaking module. So please, if you have missed out on this video which I'm talking about, in the month of June I took up all the modules of the IELTS exam in detail. So if you have missed that out, please click on the link below. So you will find an IELTS calendar which will take you to our landing page, and there is the IELTS calendar for the month of June, July, and now for particularly August. So if you want to remind yourself of the August upcoming classes as well, you can just click on the link below and that will take you to our landing page where we have all the information regarding these videos. So all our videos, all our live videos are also uploaded on our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe with us so that you do not miss out on any free content which we are providing you on a daily basis. Okay, so these IELTS classes are being taken in the month of August bi-weekly. Guys, just remember that the timings have changed. Now it's no more 5 to 6, it's 6:30 to 7:30, the new timing, 6:30 to 7:30. So please do join us so that you can, you get the opportunity and chance to ask your questions in the end. Now coming back to the PPT. So let's see what is the answer to this particular cue card. How can you actually answer it? So as I am, now the candidate is saying it in this way, as I am interested in photography, I have taken thousands of photos. However, the most meaningful photograph to me is the big family portrait that is hung on the wall of my living room. And it is the first thing that everyone notices the moment they walk into my house. The photograph was taken 1 year ago on a summer holiday, and it was the first time that my family enjoyed the summer vacation together. We decided to go on a trip to Samson Beach, which is one of the most popular destinations for a summer holiday in my country. The photo was probably the first picture of my whole family. Okay, whole family, my parents, my older brother, my little sister, and me. It is such a brilliant photo, with everyone standing on the beach and smiling. A professional photographer captured this moment, and his absolutely brilliant skills show in the picture. You can even see the crystal clear water and sparkling under the sunlight and the seashore in the background. It was a scorching hot day, and the sky was blue with no clouds, making it a perfect scene to take a photo. The photo is very special to me. Whenever I feel unhappy, just looking at the picture cheers me up right away. I believe that no matter what happens, my parents and my siblings will always stand by me and support me. It's a beautiful, answer which the candidate has prepared for this particular question, a photograph in your family or a picture in your family. Now, guys, you can realize that there are so many good words which have been used here, so many beautiful phrases just to enhance your vocab and to impress the examiner. Now, I will always advise, and I do advise my candidates, that please go for such big fat words or some uncommon synonyms. Just only if you are really prepared with these kind of words. So if you are not aware with such uncommon synonyms, if you're not aware or if you're not used to saying these in your daily life, then definitely there will be a little bit hesitation and less confidence in the examination hall. So I will advise all of you, I will suggest all of you to make use of these sessions so that you can realize that what kind of vocabulary do you actually have to use. And of course, for getting a good band in speaking in the IELTS exam, everyone should practice in their daily life, in a mundane routine, the uncommon words or the synonyms which you can actually provide in front of the examiner in your exam as well. Okay. So I have given a lot of tips before also in my videos. If you want to go and re-watch, please click on the link below, and those will really help you to enhance your vocab also, because I have provided you with a lot of words. I remember in my June month, where we had a lot of videos on speaking as well in detail. So please go to those videos in the month of June, and you will realize that there are so many words which you can actually use instead of the common words, right? For example, the vocabulary which had been used here in this particular question, I have taken out few words for you. These might look easy, but when we are in the examination hall, we tend to forget even the easiest of words, right? So what you can actually do is you can look at the vocabulary section here which I have prepared for you. So for example, the first word which I have taken from the answer itself is portrait. It's a painting, drawing, engraving of a person, right? And example is the example sentence: I was mesmerized seeing the portrait gallery in Chennai. So I have provided you with the word and the meaning for that word, and then I have given an example for that particular, word in the sentence, how it can be used in a sentence. So I'll take up another word like gloomy, the second last word. So gloomy basically means dark or poorly lit, okay, causing or feeling depressed. And the example is after the separation, Raj became a gloomy person. So gloomy can be used for a person as well, right? So you should be aware of these kind of words before actually using them in front of the examiner, because otherwise you'll make a fool of yourself, right? If you do not know the meaning or if you do not know the usage of that word, definitely you should be aware of it before actually using it in your exam, right? Okay, so this is another cue card which I had taken for you. This I'm leaving on you so that you can read on your own when you re-watch the video, because it will actually help you to self-realize and self-evaluate how well do you know the answer, or how well can you actually prepare your answer in your own way. Then again, I have provided the vocabulary here. So in the same way, I have provided here with 5 of the different cue cards for part 2. So this finishes up, with the class for today. Now I'll give you some time in the end, as I promised, to ask your doubts and queries. And as I can see that there are already questions on the comment section, so I would like to see more questions, guys. So please put up any query or a problem or doubt you have regarding the IELTS exam, or specifically in today's class. So you can ask me and I'll answer it one by one. So this is the doubt clearing session which I was talking about, guys. So there is one question which somebody has asked, and So he is asking, if I may ask, how long is the speaking session? Well, the speaking session goes for about 11 to 14 minutes in the IELTS exam. So you enter the examination hall, and in fact, there is a separate room for every candidate. So you enter the examination room for the speaking module, and then there is an examiner sitting in front of you. So first the examiner introduces you, and then the examiner asks for your introduction, and this is how the journey begins for the IELTS speaking exam. And then gradually part 1, part 2, and part 3, right? So today, guys, in our class we have discussed part 1 and part 2. So tomorrow we will be focusing on another module. So you can go to our IELTS calendar with the help of the link below, which is given in the description below. So tomorrow most probably we are taking up writing module. Okay, we'll be discussing few questions from the writing module also. And yes, this is how we'll gradually move to every module, and we'll take up few questions every time when we'll meet for the IELTS assessment classes. Okay, so Aditya is asking, are all the sessions for IELTS prep free? Yes, of course. Absolutely, they are all free. You do not have to pay for a single class as well. We are providing you with, free Shiksha IELTS assessment classes just to help you throughout your IELTS journey. And whatever help you need, you can always come back here after watching the video, or you can comment down on any video. We regularly answer our, candidates' questions. So do not worry about the answering of questions. If you have any doubt, even after watching any of our videos, you can always comment down your query down on the comment section. All right. So I hope, Aditya, that answers your question. We also have the free sample papers for IELTS, which we have provided for you on our landing page. So the landing page is the IELTS Free Shiksha IELTS online assessment page, where we have the sample question and answers for you. So basically you will be able to download the free PDFs from our page, okay, from our article. So how you can go to that article or that page where we have the free sample papers, you just have to click on the link below, which is given in the description just below this video. So, below every live video, there is a blue link which you have to click. So that will directly take you to our landing page, and there you can find all the information regarding our classes. You will also be able to access our IELTS calendar, from where you will be able to join all the classes in August as well. So guys, we had started these IELTS online classes in the month of June, and it was really very successful. We had so many, new subscribers and new candidates coming up for the classes, and it has really helped a lot of IELTS learners, as well as we have got a lot of focus on our assessment classes, because after the detailed version of the IELTS exam, after the discussion on every module in detail, we also started in July bi-weekly classes, just like we are having it now in the month of August. So in July also we had bi-weekly IELTS assessment classes, where we discussed a lot of questions from every different module of IELTS. And again, we discussed every question, every sample question was taken into consideration. So the same will be, repeated in the month of August, of course, with new timings and new questions. But yes, if you want to rewatch what we have done earlier in the month of June and July, you are welcome to do that. Again, the all the answers to your all questions are provided in the link below. So just click on the link, guys. Okay, the blue highlighted link. So somebody is asking, Prasanna. Okay, Prasanna, which one is good, British Council or IDP for IELTS exam? Well, this is a very common question which the candidates ask. So no need to worry about which is better, because both are same, trust me. And there is no difference in taking the IELTS paper or IELTS exam from any of these two organizations. And yes, let me tell you that British Council is no more working with us in India. It is organizing IELTS in the other countries, but not in India. In India, only IDP is, associated with the IELTS exam. So IDP is the sole organizer of the IELTS exam in India. So please do book your exams if you are in India. But if you are, taking the exam from any other country apart from India, then definitely you should talk to our counselors. which one would be better for you or which one would be comfortable for you. Okay, but as such, from the viewpoint of an IELTS expert, I would tell you that no, there is no such difference, or there is no, better version of British Council or ITP. Both are same, and both conduct the same IELTS exam. I hope that answers your question, Prasanna. Any other question, guys, in terms of IELTS module, or anything you want to ask regarding the IELTS exam? So this is the second month that we are, having these classes bi-weekly, IELTS classes bi-weekly. And it's a very smooth journey which has been going on since the month of June. And all are enjoying it, and all are taking, notes from it. It has helped a lot of people, especially who are really serious for IELTS. Those candidates have really gained, improvement. There has been a great improvement in their bands, their band scale. So yes, I would advise and suggest all of you to go through our videos from the month of June and from the month of July, of course, so that you can improve on your score, and you do not have to go to any mentor or any trainer, and you do not have to pay anything, right? So somebody's asking, Aditya is asking, ma'am, how do I improve my speaking skills for speaking test? Well, I have provided you with a lot of strategies and tricks and tips, Aditya. We had done this kind of class in the month of June. So I would suggest you to click on the link which is given in the description below. So click on that link and you will be able to access the June month calendar. Okay, IELTS calendar in the June month, and from there you can take out the speaking classes, which were the few last classes of the June month. That means the speaking module was taken in detail in the month of June in the last week. Okay, in the last week of June. So from there you can access those links. There, why do you have to access those links? Because right now, obviously, I'll not be able to provide you all the details regarding the tips and strategies because of the time restriction. But you can always go and rewatch that video where I had given you a detailed version of the tips and strategies which you actually have to follow in every part of your speaking. That means there are different and separate set of tips for part 1, for part 2, and for part 3, right? And especially, you know, part 3 is quite lengthy, as I have told you before also. Part 2 is your cue card. So I have also given you some strategies how you can prepare on your notes, right? And part 1, of course, we have discussed today only. And you can see that, through the sample question and answers, you'll realize that how to actually answer them. So Prasanna is again asking, can you start next session about speaking, which is on Thursday after 7:30? Well, we have already, Prasanna, I'm really sorry about that, but we have already prepared the IELTS calendar. So that is why I am again and again saying that please visit our page, where you will find all the details regarding the calendar, regarding the dates, when are we having the next speaking class, where we will be discussing the part 3 questions and answers. So everything is given in the IELTS calendar. So I would advise all of you to register with us, so that you do not come up with such kind of query, so that everything is clear. And yes, I would pressurize all of you to go to that page and see for yourself that how actually it is very easy to follow the dates, right? But still, if you will have any question or query, you are welcome to ask here on the comment section. That's not an issue. So just remember that just by clicking on the link, you'll be able to get the access on our page, okay, where you will be getting the access to our IELTS calendar. So there are links provided where I had discussed all the questions in detail earlier as well, and speaking module in detail. Okay, so in case if you are thinking that you'll not be able to attend the next live session for speaking, maybe you will miss it out, or maybe you will miss out on any other module, then definitely you can rewatch the video on our YouTube channel. But for that, you will have to subscribe with us. And also, apart from that, as I said, please go to the June calendar, where you will have all the details for all those modules which I had done earlier in detail. All right. All right, guys, any other question? So I'm sure these questions will really help you in your speaking test, because I have given you the questions and I have also given you the answers. So now you know that okay, I have to speak in this way, and this is the level of vocabulary, or this is the level of intonation which I have to keep. This is the kind of grammar or the sentence structure which I have to use, right? So this is what you learn from the live classes, because when you see the questions and answers in front of you, then definitely there are so many questions coming to your mind. And then in the end, I give you the doubt clearing session time. So during that time, you get the opportunity, you get the chance to ask your questions, and that, builds up the whole journey smoother. So that is why I tell you to attend the live sessions which we are having bi-weekly for the IELTS exam. So please do not forget to join us the next, the upcoming Thursday. That is, day after tomorrow. So most probably we'll be taking up writing in the same way we are taking speaking today. So again, there also we'll be discussing few sample question and answers. Okay. All right, guys. So if you want to know more about the IELTS exam, definitely please get in touch with our counseling team. So they will provide you with the free Shiksha counseling, session. You just have to click on the link below again for getting in touch with them. And again, we have the PDFs and sample papers ready for you. You can just download them and see the answers also. We have also provided you with the answer list so that you can self-evaluate yourself in the end, especially for the reading and listening. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for your time. And this is all from my side. Still, if you have any issues, any doubts, you can always ask them on the comment section, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. We regularly answer our candidates, queries and responses. So please do not worry on that. And I'll hopefully see you in, the coming Thursday. Again, the same timing, 6:30 to 7:30, and all the timings have been fixed, guys, so there will be no change in the timing now during the month of August. This is the particular final time which we have decided for you, and the days are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the timing is 6:30 to 7:30. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for your time. And it was lovely having all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. And I shall see you soon, very soon in the month of August. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be seeing you. And for now, take care. And I'll see you on the coming Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys.